Hello and welcome to Film Companion South. In this episode, we're going to be talking about a film called Thelivupaathaiyin Neesa Thooram, otherwise known as TNT. The film is playing on Moviewood OTT platform and has been directed by Aravind. Now, over time, this film has become very controversial. There were reports in both Newsminute and Cinema Vigadan that this film, TNT, had been rejected by both the Central Board of Film Certification and the Revising Committee. Why? Let's look at some of the possible reasons. TNT is a political thriller. It's an investigative thriller that attempts to unearth the conspiracies that resulted in the 1997 communal riots in Coimbatore, which resulted in the death of 18 Muslims. Now, according to the film's timeline, this all began with the murder of a police constable, and the aftermath of the riot led to the 1998 bomb blast in Coimbatore, which left a lot more people injured and dead, and the rift between Hindus and Muslims has continued to this day. The characters in TNT, three men, are reflections of the director and his team. Just like the director and his team, they set out to Coimbatore to investigate what is eventually shown to be a politically motivated tragedy. Now, we get time markers both from live events, that is the events happening inside the film, and from media from the time of the riots and the tragedies. In the live scheme of things, for instance, the film is set in 2015. Somebody asks, why are there police checkposts in Coimbatore 17 years after the tragedy? And in between, throughout the film, we get newspaper images that act as title cards. For example, we get a page from Dinabhumi dated 3rd December 1997, which has this headline, Kolai Nagaramaga Mari Varum Kongu Mahanagaram, which means Coimbatore is turning into a murder capital. The crux of the narrative is a series of interviews conducted with the people who were either there at the time of the riot and the tragedies, or people who were connected to the people who were there during those times. Now, Rohini plays the wife of a Muslim man who was set on fire and killed, and through her we get to know the plight of Muslims today. Another man says that he started his organization only after the persecutions that began after the demolition of the Babri Masjid. On the other hand, there are a lot of anti-Muslim lines by the interviewees, the people who speak out. Some of them say that on that fateful evening, what happened was that the Hindus were unarmed, but it was the Muslims that came with soda bottles and with petrol bombs. And in the middle of all this, the local police catch on to the fact that three men are going around asking potentially dangerous questions, and they begin to issue threats. Hindutva outfits, Muslim organizations all come under the scanner of this piece of docu-fiction, which says that communal riots don't happen overnight. They are planned over time and executed through false propaganda. In other words, it's all a conspiracy. It's all about people being manipulated by political and religious organizations. Now, I guess we can see why this film has become so controversial. Now, given the budget, TNT is surprisingly well shot. I don't mean this as a beautifully shot movie, because a lot of it is shot through spy cams. A lot of the images that we see are through spy cams on the bodies of the three people doing the investigation. So as they tilt or bend, the image also bends. So sometimes people get left out of the image that we're seeing because we're seeing only what the spy cam sees. So in a sense, these are very true images, not manufactured or manipulated images. These are journalistic images. The film also has a very interesting structure. In a way, it's an incomplete film, because in journalism, what happens is you collect your data and then you edit the data and you make a story, and that is usually what becomes what is printed or what is put on film. Here what happens is we only see the data collection process for the most time, by which I mean we see the interviews being conducted for the most time. So this is very different from all those other films that take the data and massage it and edit it and present it in a story form. This is in a way an anti-narrative film. Now, I did have issues with TNT. I wish the actors had been much better. I wish the lines had been much better. You are making a piece of docu-fiction, yes, but then one half of the term is still fiction, and I wish the film had been shaped a little better. But the most significant aspect of TNT is this: it's an important reminder that cinema can be a medium of political journalism. So that's it for TNT. If you like this video, do subscribe to Film Companion South, and see you soon at the movies.